Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has certainly been a frustrating few weeks here in the crypto space. We had the Chinese situation happen last night and into today with a bunch of panic selling many AI coins, both in crypto and in the stock market. Nvidia down 17%. That situation makes no sense. I think the Chinese are lying about the amount of chips they used, but I'm sure that'll be figured out, and I do think that will help the space in general, just in terms of AI innovation, no matter what happens in terms of the Chinese and what they were able to produce. But either way, I'm not going to talk about the stock market. I mean, you can see the stock market, the money flow. If it looks like this, it's not going to be good for crypto. It's just the reality. And so that's the stock market's current situation. And then you also have this, and this is really what everyone's been talking about. And I want to talk about just the cycle in general. What's going to be happening in 2025? What would be best case scenario? The problem is just Ethereum alts. I mean, my main portfolio is Ethereum Solana alts. And Ethereum alts have just gotten destroyed, first by the Trump and Melania coins, because before the Trump coin, I mean, we were looking pretty good. It was looking like you were getting a nice run up and you were getting ready to take off and possibly have an extended bull period. I think ideally, we should be due for an Ethereum run, an Ethereum alt run with Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin's enjoying a fine cycle. I think just the amount of adoption for Bitcoin is so extreme, it's almost impossible to fail. I mean, what did BlackRock buy 3% of the total supply of Bitcoin? It's just ridiculous. Bitcoin at this point, I would say 175, 200K maybe for a cycle high. I was originally saying 150, but just the Trump effect, everything, Bitcoin getting taken seriously. The problem, though, is Ethereum's not following. And ideally, we would get some money pumped into Ethereum. I know Trump has a project on Ethereum. He's been buying Ethereum. He's got millions of dollars of it. Ideally, we would get an Ethereum pump with the alts pumping. Then you get the Bitcoin cycle high in mid 2025. If you look at the 4-year cycle, I think it's October 2025 is the approximate height of Bitcoin, although that's not a direct, you're not going to predict that. It could happen earlier or later. I think most people think it'll happen earlier, but maybe mid 2025, a BTC cycle high, and then the alts, Ethereum alts blow off top in the fall of 2025. I mean, there's just so much money in this space. I think what's going to start happening, because I've certainly tracked a few meme coins, and that's mainly my portfolio. Originally, I got back in 2023. You try and treat it seriously. You buy a layer one, you buy a few gaming projects, you buy a few AI plays, you try and diversify, blah, blah, blah. But you just realize with crypto, so much of this stuff is there's just nothing to it anyway. So it's like, what's the point? When you look at the AI plays, and just, I'm kind of happy I'm not in any AI coins right now. I'm sure there's going to be plenty that do very well, but just AI coins getting decimated. There were like 3 or 4 AI projects being created every day on Ethereum. If you look at DEX tools, I mean, it's just the oversaturation is just crazy. And this is also that people talk about this. They say, well, this is a completely different environment when you look at the altcoin situation with the amount of alts being created. So much of this is pump fund crap, though. I don't know how many coins this is totally, tracking in total. Right now it says, what is it, 40 million total coins. How many of these are pump fund coins that just die out and are stuck with 2000 in liquidity, just frozen in time? I think that's probably most of the Solana stuff, but the barrier to entry on Solana is just nothing. So you'll see coins run up all the time from nothing to like 30 or 40 million. I mean, I do still I'm still optimistic about Ethereum alts. The problem is, if you are in, and this is like degen stuff, but there are Trump Ethereum alts, like coins based around Trump, that I'm not sure are going to recover. And Trump just nuked them. Number one, the coin launching on Solana. Number two, it's the actual Trump coin. So I think that's probably going to be an issue. But in general, Ethereum memes, the AI plays, the AI projects, I don't know what's going to happen with gaming. I'm starting to really have my doubts about gaming, there being even a gaming season. I know people have gotten crushed by gaming. I could name like 2 or 3 gaming coins, that's it, that have done really well during a time where, I mean, we've seen a lot of coins 300x, 400x, MOG, SPX, the AI agents, several AI agents going to over $1 billion, although a lot of those have fallen now because of what's happened recently, although I don't think there's really any correlation there. It's just how it is with how people react in terms of bad news, I guess, in China, U.S. competition with China. But people say, well, this is different. I mean, so much of this is just pump fund crap. There are significantly more Ethereum alts than there were in 2021, but there's also going to be more money. I mean, obviously, Base now, you can see the amount of Base coins coming into play. Base kind of solves the Ethereum gas fees, but not really. I mean, nobody really wants to bridge their tokens, and so much of this is just created on Ethereum. So many of these coins are on ETH anyways. I mean, the ETH fees are just a pain. They really are. That's why people like Solana, especially younger people. I still like ETH over Solana just because the barrier to entry in terms of like the amount you have to pay for liquidity, it actually costs something. I don't know. I mean, I've gotten screwed on both Ethereum and Solana before, but most of my coins are on Ethereum. But I mean, the problem is just Ethereum has done nothing, and so if there's not money flow into Ethereum itself, we would expect it to be a lot performing. I mean, this is a bull. This is the last year, and I mean, it had that run obviously during the first little AI mini cycle, whatever you want to call it. It's around looks like half a trillion, and it's below that now. And supposedly this is the bull run. I mean, I would hope Ethereum starts to do something really soon. I think that would be ideal. And if people are asking, would you buy I mean, what is Ethereum gonna hopefully go to 10,000? I mean, that seems like its best case. It could go to 12K still, I guess, but it just seems like that's best case scenario. We'll have to see in terms of that. But yeah, this is like the main thing people are talking about. It's bearish. There's so many coins. I mean, so many of those coins, again, they're Solana pump fund coins. They're not going to do anything. There's no money in them. So many of those coins are just sitting with like $3,000 market caps, totally useless. I mean, there's a lot more money as well in the space in general. So I think that's going to help. I'm just more so concerned with how Ethereum is doing up against Bitcoin. I think that's the big problem right now. I remain optimistic that we are going to have a really, really, because of Trump, because of just the environment, we're going to have a really good bull run. But so many of these people just care about Bitcoin. It's just like there's so many normies that just care about that. It's like so many, we're just not, we can't make money off of Bitcoin. We just can't. I mean, that's just, if it's like, unless you think Bitcoin's going to like do something crazy and go to $2 million or something because it like gets adopted as literal digital gold, which who knows, it might. But like based off of its market cap, it's just, I mean, even $2 million is like a 20x from here. Now, sure, if you bought during the cycle low, what was it, like 25, 30K, whatever it was, then yeah, you make some good money, but it's just not, investing into Bitcoin at this point. I'm a believer in crypto. I liked crypto back, when it was brand. I mean, I guess it depends when you got into it, but yeah, I liked it a while ago. I think people buying Bitcoin is fine, but I don't think it's going to make people rich at this point if you're buying and you're entering at like 98K per coin. It's just, we need the Ethereum alts to do well. We need Ethereum to do well this cycle. And I still think there's hope. The problem is there's the two main events. It's Trump and Melania. And people say the Melania coin really just screwed everything up. I mean, you couldn't even send transactions or you couldn't even send coins on Solana on Coinbase because of just I don't know if there's traffic or whatever because of the Melania coin, but also with the Trump coin. I mean, the Trump coin took so much volume off of Ethereum, so much. It just killed momentum in a lot because you get meme coins and it really even AI. A lot of these AI projects, they're just held up by nothing. Meaning, I mean, there's just it's not a stable supply. Ideally, with a project, there would be a clear base in terms of market cap, especially if there was, people owned the token and believed in it, or like the team owned it and believed in it and was there for the long haul. But with just how crypto is in terms of up, down, up, down, up, down, with the bull run coming, there's just when a coin starts tanking, it's hard to stop it. And that's really what happened with a lot of Ethereum alts during when Trump launched his coin, and then Melania just killed everything that launch. And then after that, you get this stuff. The coins were kind of recovering, I guess, not really. Then you get this news with China and the AI. It's just like a triple whammy. So, listen, I think things will recover. I mean, people are saying, well, you need to invest. I mean, there's nothing left to invest at this point. I mean, if you're in, you're in. You should have already been in by now. People say, well, just buy more. It's just, my current situation, I'm not going to do that. So, I mean, I think eventually, I mean, it's just you look at cryptocurrency, the sentiment is good with normies, but we're having these issues here with some of these launches and some of the news that's coming. I mean, obviously, sell the news thing with Trump coming in. We really didn't see a crazy Bitcoin bump, but I mean, with Bitcoin, it's like we've got enough money flowing to Bitcoin. We need Ethereum to do something, and hopefully, listen. At the end of the day, I do think we are going to start seeing generational moves because just the amount of money in crypto possibly by late 2025 in terms of you're going to get coins go from like 4 million to 4 billion, and that could happen in the span of a month just because of the money flow. I mean, we've seen coins go from we've seen that happen basically even before the craziest part of the bull run, whether or not whenever you want to say the bull run started. But I mean, we've seen that happen within the last year. Coins do crazy things, meme coins. And so, I mean, that's still going to happen. There's no doubt about it. So, it takes a month, it takes a week sometimes. It just, there has to be positive money flow and a positive environment for these things to happen. And hopefully that ends up happening. But listen, this is not an ideal start. There's no doubt about it. I think the real, bad opinion would be, well, the amount of coins now, it's going to dilute everything. You're not going to have any crazy runs. A lot of coins are going to be stalled at 700 or like 70 million market cap just because of the amount of coins there are out there. The AI coins, the gaming projects, the meme coins, obviously, ridiculous amount of those. That's the worst case scenario. But is there enough money coming into the crypto space, especially if you get into projects that you believe in, that and you've seen other projects at a similar time with a similar environment go high? If you get into those, the hope is that you'll catch one of them at least, preferably more than that, but at least you'll catch one of them and you'll get like a billion market cap coin, give you some liquidity to get out. But either way, guys, that's just my opinion on this cycle. We'll have to see what ends up happening, but that's going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on X. Link to that's always in the description.